me, now!
Hang on!
Destiny 2 promises another dose of planet-diving, loot-acquiring online fun, but this time round there are a bunch of gameplay changes to this sci-fi MMO FPS.
Guardian down.
Developer Bungie hopes that whether you're a new player or a seasoned pro, these changes will go down as smoothly as a warm cup of cocoa. So sit back and see what you think of these changes to Destiny's gameplay. Destiny let players shoot each other's faces off in 6 vs 6 team-based combat, but it seems that was judged to be too hectic by half, so for the sequel, player versus player bouts will be scaled down to 4x4 across the board, capping the number of players involved to 8.
Enemy charge has been set.
As such, expect a smaller headcount when you enter Crucible matches in Destiny 2, and not just because you've shot everyone's heads off. Moreover, a new heads-up display will show you when your enemies have a devastating super available to use, or if they're carrying power ammo. Handy.
Guardian to me!
Destiny 2 promises more to do and a bigger game world to romp around in, so to make that manageable, Bungie has cooked up a new in-game map, which will let you search for lost sectors, for instance, which are explorable dungeons packed with loot and bosses, or to find public events. Not only will the revamped map show you where to find these in-game activities, but also, in the case of public events, what time they start, making this a sort of map calendar combo. Destiny wasn't exactly world famous for the storytelling in its single-player offering, but this time around a lot more effort has been put into the solo stuff. More missions are promised, which will take the form of a campaign to squash Dominus Gaul, who sounds like a character from Asterix but is actually leader of the enemy horde, the Red Legion. He's mad that his people weren't chosen by the Traveller to be Guardians.
Your journey ends here.
The problem with playing any game, though, is that often you'll screw something up and make a fool of yourself. So fans will be relieved to learn that Destiny 2 will pack many more cinematics, which are the high-octane campaign cutscenes in which everyone looks like a world-beating sci-fi war ninja. Nice. A major gripe in Destiny was that to start activities, you had to first go into orbit, which was the kicking off point for a proper adventure, and then fly down to your destination planet, which was a bit of a hassle. The brains behind Destiny 2 have clearly realised, however, that going into orbit is for dumb satellites and confused chimps, and so the second instalment will let you kick off missions, public events, and more without having to go into orbit first. Much appreciated. In Destiny, weapons were split into primary, special and heavy classes, but this time around things have been tweaked a little bit in a way that Bungie hopes will give players a bit more freedom. Now the tools you'll be using to vaporize your foes are divided into kinetic, energy and power weapons. Bungie says you can actually have the same weapons in your kinetic or energy slots, which would make for a little more flexibility in the way you deck out your Guardian.
Guardian down.
The storyline of Destiny 2 involves a seriously bad day for Team Guardian, with the Red Legion depriving you of the Traveller, the giant gobstopper that's the source of your awesome powers. Well, that's an eating right. As such, Destiny 2 is going to be kind of a blank slate in terms of your character's levels and abilities, so if you played the first game, you won't be able to carry over that sweet loot you spent months accumulating. Sorry. On the plus side, your character itself can live on, with Bungie promising that class, race, gender, face, hair, and marking selections for all characters will carry into Destiny 2, provided that you've hit level 20 and completed the Black Garden story mission. Destiny 2 brings clan support into the main game, which means groups of pals who play the game in a gang will have an official way of banding together, with custom names, descriptions, and most importantly, rad banners to doodle in your notebooks when you're not playing. Those lucky enough to join one of these prestigious clubs will enjoy rewards and progression split across all members. Making clans an official part of Destiny isn't the only change to multiplayer matchmaking though. In the sequel, a new tool called Guided Games will let solo players who aren't part of a clan piggyback on a group's activities. The idea being that the more experienced players will show you the ropes and lend a hand. You may be expected to make the tea though. Destiny 2 is out on September the 8th, 2017 and is confirmed to be heading to PS4, Xbox One and PC. If you found this video helpful, then right now you should check out our sister channel Outside Xbox's feature on new things you can do in Destiny 2. And if you enjoyed this video, then why not subscribe? Happy hunting, Guardians!